All right, we are live. Hello, everyone. Before we even get started, I just want you all to just drop me a comment so I can know that we are live. We was here just talking, and I'm like, I don't believe that we're live. So, if anybody watching us before we even get started with our introduction, please drop a comment below. Let me know that we have some people actually watching because we was here. All right, we are live. All right, everyone. Hello, my name is Shalondra Gurley. I am your proud founder of Autism Glows, where we focus on being the model for our kids while creating an inclusive environment for them to be able to thrive in. And for those who do not know what model stands for motivate, organize, differentiate, empower, and lead by example each and every day. And so I'm super excited about this lunch and learn on today. I have a special guest here with me. I have Phillip, who is the proud president of Low Vision Supply. He's going to be able to talk to us and be able to share with us different tools that they have where they help students, parents, everyone connect with our blind and visually impaired students to with life changing you all assistive technology. I met Phillip back in December at the Gate Conference here in Georgia, and we connected, and I ended up learning more information about being able to provide resources for our community. And so we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and bring Phillip on stage. So everybody drop a heart, a blue heart, a orange heart, and make Phillip feel so welcome here in our environment. Let's go. Hello, Phillip.
Hi, thank you, Shalondra.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. I've been looking forward to it.
Awesome. I'm so sorry. It's just technology. Here we are talking about technology and how it's helping our blind and visually impaired students and adults. And here we are, not even live. So that was fun. So I guess that was able to get all the jitters and butterflies out.
Oh yeah.
So I'm super excited.
Me too, and it was great meeting you at Gate. I know there were a lot of very interesting new assistive technologies there, a lot of AAC stuff that looks exciting. So, yeah, it's a great organization, a great conference. If anybody watching has never been, I really encourage you to try to go next year. It's a great event.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so today's topic, you all, is about vision aids, tools for independent living. And so Phillip's going to share with us some of the tools that they have, because as I stated, we met at the Gate Conference, and I end up receiving this brochure from him. And inside it has tools that can be able to help individuals live independently while they're living and working and learning. And so I want to be able to ask Phillip to share about some of the tools that they offer at Low Vision Supply.
All right. Well, thank you, Shalondra. So, I guess we can start with the basics. There's a wide range of vision aids out there, assistive technology, because there's a wide range of vision loss. I myself, like, my vision journey has been very long. I was declared legally blind at 15, but I still had enough functional vision to use, say a basic magnifier or a lighting device to illuminate a page to make it readable. But, as vision loss progresses, you need stronger and stronger tools or, different adaptive devices to perform different tasks. What a student uses or needs may be very different than, a senior that just, needs help doing their daily tasks at home. So, we carry, I think, right now currently close to 700 different devices that can help people in different ways, and those range from your basic orientation and mobility tools like white canes we see, pretty frequently. This is my personal white cane that I take with me all the time. And this one has a new innovation that just came out in the last few years, and I'm trying to get it centered on the screen for you. There we go.
Yes.
Where the handle actually is spring loaded into the shaft, because one of the biggest struggles that we have is as we're navigating and orienting around an area, if we hit a curb or an unexpected obstacle, then it tends to be really jarring on our wrist. Or if you're holding your cane properly directly in front of you, your cane ends up jabbing you in the belly a lot, which is uncomfortable. So having a little innovation like that is really, really helpful. And then we've got smaller, even like pocket-sized canes. This is my backup cane. I was earlier this year on a trip to Ireland and accidentally stepped on my primary cane, and then was really glad to have this because I didn't have access to any other ones, and I still had about 8 days left on my trip.
Oh, wow.
So we start with the basics like that. For more high-tech stuff, we carry a line of Braille displays. I'm going to try to get this here.
Yes.
Oh, there we go. Okay, so these you see a lot, mainly with fully blind students. They're used very frequently in schools. Vocational rehab loves them. And it's a Perkins-style keyboard with a refreshable Braille display. And what these allow us to do is to load any type of document, whether it's a Word document, a PDF, even Excel, and we can read, explore, edit those documents. This one in particular, you mentioned technology with when it comes to events like this. Blind people can actually attend Zoom calls on these now. It's all audio. The newer devices are running Android 12, which means you can download basically anything from the Google Play Store and run those apps. So any of your media streaming apps, the version of Netflix that it runs even has audio descriptions of what's going on screen. So, when there isn't somebody speaking on, during a show, they'll say, "Oh, John puts his coffee cup on the coffee table." Nice descriptive things to go along with the shows. These are really important. This device especially because it's brand new on the market, and I would say 95% of Braille displays that are in use now are basically obsolete. Very few of them run an operating system past Android 8. So, if you are out there working with TVIs or libraries or, somebody in vocational rehab and they're having connectivity issues with their Braille devices, definitely connect them with me, because there are new advances that can help. But I think, because this is an autism-focused group, a lot of the new technology that's coming out, that may be intended or originally designed to help people with low vision, we're finding have much broader applications. In that, for example, the OrCam devices that Shalonda mentioned earlier, we're finding that students with dyslexia and ADHD, any of a myriad of reading-related disabilities are really benefiting from them because, or generally students in general that are auditory learners. Someone that can just digest information better if they hear it versus reading it. I'm one of them. So the ability to capture text off of a screen, paper, your phone, that kind of thing, and have it read back to you has a lot of benefits, outside the low vision community. One of the newest devices, which was actually just released in September, and we can see, you can see how tiny this thing is. It's smaller than a magic marker. This is a totally self-contained reader. And it's got on the front, and I'm sorry, I'm trying to line this up as best I can.
No, it's lined, yes.
So on the front, you've got a camera, and then you have 4 tactile buttons on the side, which they changed to bright yellow in the newest version, which is very helpful. And this contains OrCam's smart reading AI, which allows us to just take, any piece of paper, and I'm going to kind of scoot back and let's see if we can get the actual scan here. Oh, I think I need to do it this way. There we go. So I pointed at the piece of paper.
Compilation -800-24S7-145.
It's reading the URL at the bottom. Let's see if we can get the top.
5 things you can do to improve your library service. 1. Update your book lists periodically.
So
this will ensure that
you can start it.
Is that the I'm sorry. Is that the OrCam read?
This is the Read 3. It's the latest version of the Read that was released in September, and it's identical to the original Read, except for it has a few new functionalities that I wanted to talk to that I think specifically for this audience would be very helpful. So it's kind of because of the frame, it's kind of hard to get this into view, but when I'm at my desk, I can't read off a printed page, but I've got the OrCam Read set up to the side to where I can just put it on its frame and literally just point at the text once it gets into stand mode. There we go.
5 things you can do to improve.
And then I can continue working while it's reading in the background.
This will ensure that you always have something to read. 2. Set each one.
You can also use hand gestures to control it. So let me see if I can point at it. Let's see. It's having trouble in the low light here in my office, guys. But generally, you can point at text. You can read it. You can use a hand gesture to stop it. And you can use it to summarize text. And the AI will not only read it back to you, but take everything into context. So you can ask it to find specific pieces of information. If it's reading an open textbook and there's a quiz at the end of the chapter, once it gets to that section, you can circle back and say, okay, find quiz questions, and it'll restart at that section. Or if you want it to go back to a particular heading, you can tell it to start at a particular heading and it'll go back. So really great for students that are trying to navigate textbooks. And this is why, Shalandra, I sent you a video. So OrCam just during CES announced some great new features for the Read 3 that are basically tied to an online magnifier service that they offer, to where rather than having the device itself read back, if you go to their website, it connects to their website and it'll display an image of what it's scanned, converted into block text, and then go word by word as it's reading back to you, highlighting the words. Unfortunately, because they're doing those updates now, the website is currently down. Found that out about 20 minutes ago.
Wow.
So I did, Shalandra, it may be easier for you to share the video link possibly that I sent you to where the viewers can actually see it in action, if that's possible.
Okay, let me try.
So while she's doing that, a few other things that were announced this week for this product are an enhanced AI analysis, to where the example that they were using, it was actually a college professor who was using it to not only scan documents, but give him information, deeper information about what he was reading. Things like he was able to ask, well, which student wrote this paper? Or which grade did I give this paper? And then it would look and see if it could find a grade on the paper or the student's name or the date it was submitted. And the incredible thing is, like, as they're plugging this input into AI, they haven't been able to find many questions that it can answer. They're still exploring and finding the capabilities of these things. So, Shalandra, are we having any luck on the video?
No, we're not.
Okay.
But I definitely will. I definitely will Yes.
Yeah, I'm after this call, I was going to send you an email with some helpful links, and I'll put a link to the video into that as well. That way, if you want to send it out to your audience, mostly vision related resources in Georgia.
Yes. Thank
Yep.
you.
The second device I wanted to show you, let me see if I can get it up in
Right there.
here. Yep.
Yes.
This is the Orcam MyEye. This is the wearable that Shalandra was mentioning earlier. And it just like the read. It's yes, sir. Yep. Oh, you know what it did? I just heard I thought somebody was calling out my name, and this might get kind of interesting. One of the features of the Orcam MyEye is facial recognition. And when we were at Gate, the Orcam rep used this to learn my face. So when I looked at the screen with my face on it, it recognized me,
Right.
which was interesting. It was totally unexpected. But the device mounts on a pair of glasses right on the stem, and it's got a magnetic mount, and it comes with 3 of those mounts. So, for me, I keep the one on these glasses, but I'm also, when I'm out and about, most of the time I'm wearing sunglasses. So I was able to put one of the mounts on there and just swap it from pair of glasses to pair of glasses, but it just mounts on there like this. And with this one, when you're wearing it, you can just look at a piece of paper, point at it.
5 things you can do to improve your library service. 1. Update your book lists periodically.
Can do kind of talk to the hand gesture there, and it'll stop reading. It recognizes a few other gestures. One of the most popular ones is if you hold up your wrist like you're looking at a watch.
The time is 1:52 p.m.
I was using this.
That.
Oh,
I was so impressed at the conference when I saw that, Phillip.
It is an awesome feature, and I took this. I'm currently doing a re-up on my personal orientation mobility training, just to kind of freshen up on new technologies and things, new advancements with public transportation. It's been a while since I've been on MARTA. Oh, see, it heard me. It saw me again. And I was able to navigate through a hospital and just point at a room sign, and it would tell me like room 301, cardiology, and then, okay, well, that's not what I'm looking for, and, move along. So very helpful for orientation and navigation. For daily living, it does currency recognition. So, all you have to do is hold up a bill.
$1.
And it'll recognize the currencies. It can be upside down. You could be, oh, it's on me again. You could be looking at the back of it. It'll read it. If you're at the grocery store, it does barcode recognition.
Pepperidge Farm Goldfish
There we go.
Blasted extra cheddar baked snack crackers.
So, if you're looking through your pantry or refrigerator, I know a lot of the condiment bottles in my refrigerator door all look the same because they're all Publix brand Worcestershire or soy sauce. So, being able to pull one out, look at it, and have it read back to me, exactly what it is very, very helpful. And just like the read, I don't think I mentioned this, for auditory learners, you don't want to be disruptive in the classroom, right? No teacher or student would want to be sitting here, listening to these things read and disrupting the class. But all of them connect to Bluetooth. So, little Bluetooth earpiece. A lot of students with hearing loss, vision loss and hearing loss often go hand in hand. So we're able to connect the devices to a hearing aid, and they can get it just, the sound directly into their ear. That being said, okay, so that's really great for auditory learners, but what about a student that may have, maybe an auditory sensitivity? I realized, I was kind of thinking, well, this is great for, a student that is an auditory learner, but for someone with auditory, who's either, maybe has hearing loss or has an auditory sensitivity, Orcam just this week announced a new device called the Orcam Hear. And it hasn't hit the market yet, but I hear it's coming soon. In fact, we're supposed to be getting an update from OrCam on it in the next week or so. But this new device, it can help you isolate particular speakers and and eliminate background noise. So what it does is it's not only listening, but it's watching the room around you. And if you're looking at someone and it recognizes, okay, this person's speaking, it's reading their lips. And if you're looking at them, it knows, okay, I want to focus in on this part of the conversation. And it can recognize, let's say, even if you're at a huge table, you can have it identify, okay, I want to focus on this person, and this person, and eliminate all of the other background noise. So, for, someone that's in a classroom environment, or, in a meeting room or out to dinner, that could be very, very helpful to, get rid of the outside distractions, or maybe things that they might be sensitive to. And I know I'm going to be connecting Shalandra with Sean Snyder here in the next week to see if we can get him on to talk more to that, because I know, the auditory sensitivity is really big in the autism community, and that could be a huge help for students that may not be auditory learners.
That's awesome, because I was going to ask when you was talking about the Bluetooth and just new technology that's coming out.
Mhm.
And I'm just listening to, as you're speaking, how our kids can actually excel in class, how they can be able to excel and learn independently with all the devices that you all have, all the tools that you have. And with the slogan, I'm going to just say, I love it, because it's saying, tools for independent living. And so being able to have these devices where our kids can be able to adapt, and being able to, be included in an environment that's designed for them to thrive in with your tools, it'll benefit them in a great way. And I like how you just explained all of that, because I was wondering, with the OrCam, how it was speaking, how that'll be able to, disrupt the class, or probably, distract someone else. And so how would that be able to be almost like in a discreet way? And when you mentioned the Bluetooth, I was like, okay, awesome.
It's very discreet. And actually that's one of the reasons why a lot of seniors like it. I mean, not only is it easy to use, you don't have to connect it to anything, I mean, except your Bluetooth device, but you don't have to worry about it connecting to a phone or the internet, or, to use most of the functionality. And, a lot of seniors that, have vision loss also have hearing loss, just because of age. And, the ability for them to connect it to their hearing aid and discreetly use it at a restaurant, is very helpful. One of my favorite uses, I'll scan a menu, and then you can ask it to, start at entrees, start at desserts. You can ask it how much something is, and it could tell you. You can scan your check at the end of the meal and ask it to find the total, and it'll, tell you the amount. So, I mean, from a daily living aspect, it really, I know the term can be overused, but it really is a game changer. And
Yes.
The great thing about OrCam is, now that they've, connected it with their AI and the internet connectivity, all of these new features that are coming that they just announced at CES, as soon as their beta testing is done and they're ready to release, they're just going to be pushed to the devices, and they're ready to go with all the new features. There's nothing new to buy.
Absolutely. So I'm going to go ahead, and I just put your information down, how they can go to the website. They can go to www.lowvisionsupply.com, where they can be able to go and check out. Because, Phillip, I look at this brochure like almost every day, and I'm just looking at, from the large print, for the playing the games, how they can still be actively engaged, playing games and having the magnifying glasses. And then also, I looked at the Snow 12, and I was like, okay, that looks huge and fancy. So, have you ever used the Snow 12?
Yeah.
Or
Yes, that one is very, very popular, because it's portable. I mean, it's about the size of a large tablet.
Okay.
But what a lot of, I mean, it's the 12 because it's 12 inches. So it's not, it's actually one of our more portable tablets. We have ones that are 4.3 inches, so the size of a small, cell phone, through what we call the tablet size, so the Snow 12, up to the one that's behind me. If I can turn that a hair, that one all the way over there, that is the 24-inch model. But the Snow 12 is really popular with, especially with students, because they can fit it in their backpack. But let's say if they're at home and they want to read their homework, things like that, it comes with a stand, so they can set it up and use it as a 12-inch stand magnifier, and just set what they want to read under it. And just like most digital magnifiers now, it can not only magnify and change colors, make things higher contrast, but they also do the OCR, which is the optical character recognition. So it can scan a document and then read it back to you as well. And the Snow 12 it's also one of the most affordable options in that category as well, but a great product.
Okay. Awesome. All right. So Phil, I do not want to hold you up any longer. I really enjoyed, our conversation. I definitely look forward to connecting with you more. Is there anything else you would like to share with our audience and be able to let them know more about, your tools or ways they can connect with you?
I mean, if anybody needs help with anything vision related, you can reach out to me through the website, or Phillip with 2 L's at lowvisionsupply.com. I also I want to mention that these manufacturers are looking for feedback. If there is a better way that we can transform information for students, or people with autism, to make it easier to digest, or get into a format that really works for them, we want to know. So feel free to reach out to me if you have ideas, like, hey, if this device doesn't do that, can we make it do it? And they love hearing feedback like that. So please let me know if anything comes to mind, because we're all ears.
Well, I'm super excited. This was awesome. Like I stated, we met, Phillip and we met at the GATE conference here in Georgia, and just being able to see how he's able to use tools to be able to help him to live independently. And he showed earlier 2 of his tools that he used, and one that he is like a backup. You call it a backup, right, Phillip?
My backup, yes, ma'am.
Yes. And so one thing I like about being able to have that device, on the glasses, being able to have it to stop, so you have control. So
Yeah.
I don't want you all to feel as though that, oh, it's going to be overwhelming or it's going to be too much. No, he's here. And like he stated, the manufacturers want to hear, they want to get the feedback. They want to be able to see what works, what doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
And by you being able to, test them out and being able to see what works, what doesn't work, being able to provide them with that resource, that feedback, then they can be able to better equip you. Because again, this is set up for you to be able to live and learn and work independently.
Yep. And to that point, and I know we're going to wrap here, but at the GATE conference, at one of our presentations, someone brought up, well, it might be helpful for an autistic student to hear a child's voice rather than like a robotic adult's voice. Well, now the Read 3 has a young female voice named Anna that is very, very natural, and you can adjust not only the speed and the pitch of the voice, but you can really dial it into something that would work for one of your students. So they take that feedback seriously.
Absolutely. And I'm so glad you touched on that, because that was one of my questions, Phillip, and you just brought it just right on. Because I was going to talk about the pace of when it's speaking. It's at a normal pace. It's not too fast and it's not too slow. It's just right. And just being able to have that child's voice. Oh, that's a game changer as well.
Yep. And the pace is fully adjustable. I mean, it can talk
glacially slow to Alvin and the Chipmunks fast. I mean, it's all of that stuff is fully customizable to really dial it into whatever works for you.
Awesome. So you all definitely go over to www.lowvisionsupply.com, or I'm going to go ahead and, tag this, Philip's information there too. But you can also email him with 2 L's, Philip with 2 L's at lowvisionsupply.com. So again, Philip, thank you so much for taking this time out to be able to come and be able to share with my audience, during this Lunch and Learn series about how, we're setting our, our kids up as well as adults up to be able to use these visual aids to have a independent way of living. So thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, Shalandra.
All right, Philip, I will see you in the backstage, and I will see my audience soon. Bye, you all.
Bye.